Hi, I'm Malka Kurosh and welcome to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are in Santa Barbara Design Center and I'm pleased to welcome Santa Barbara City College Interior Design Professor Diana Castilla. Diana, very welcome to our show. Again, appreciate it. She has selected 4 stellar students and over the next 2 weeks we will be showcasing their design vignettes using items from Santa Barbara Design Center. Today we will be viewing the first 2 vignettes. So, Diana, would you please introduce the awesome students you have today? And
I would be honored to. This is Edgar Cruz and this is Cindy Daly. They're both towards the end of the interior design program.
They have done wonderful vignettes. Actually, I was watching them. They're very confident, they're very fast, and did it beautiful. I mean, if these are the students you give out, God bless you guys. So anyway, we would like to see what they have done. So today we start with Mr. Edgar. Edgar, you have been a joy having you in the design center. You're fresh, you're fast, and you know what you're doing. And your space is out of the box. I love it.
Thank you.
Tell our viewers what you have done.
Pretty much the way I started with the room, I started with the floor up. I picked the rugs first.
That's my favorite part about the whole show. Start the rugs. I'm rugaholic, so but that's good. Good job. So next.
And then from there, I know I wanted to work with metals and different textures and stuff like that. I wanted to throw a little details on the room with the golds and silvers and just a lot of details on the couch, throw pillows.
I see you picked these 2 rugs. Let's go back to that. You see, one is completely modern, one is kind of like a transitional look. They're totally different. And you put them together and they look well together. Why would you pick those?
I wanted something really different, so my style is really eclectic. So I wanted everything to be super different. So at the end of the day, everything could come together.
At the end, it looks really nice together. I mean, you also picked a absolutely the most classic club chair you can get. This is something you will see in a 100-year-old library, and then you have that
and then I have the
Summerland sofa, which is completely modern. And they look good together.
That's what I wanted to do, mix everything together, like the classic with modern with, I don't know, everything.
Beautiful, beautiful. You picked the pillows again for the colors. That picks the colors of the rug, which is very nice. And these old ones, why would you pick this?
I was really drawn with the colors. Like just really like the reds, the orange, the blues, and as you could tell, like my rugs has all those colors. So I just wanted to like implement that to the throw pillows and
it ties in nicely.
Yeah.
All right, and the wall art you picked is very eclectic and so different. Tell me about them.
I wanted to do something different. Like the room was inspired by someone that travels a lot. The symmetry of so you have the squares, circles. The base is like really circles and the geodes, everything's really shape, playful kind of thing. So I'm playing with shapes and
you have a lot of rounds and a lot of squares. Which is
so I wanted to do that.
And then you have lamps that they are actually metal, which makes your etagere. And what is this?
This is just something I found right here at the Santa Barbara Design Center.
Yes, that's one of the
I fell in love with it. It was super playful and fun.
It's the feathers,
once I saw it, I knew I wanted it in the space. It was just, I had to.
This thing actually ties your whole room together, believe it or not. It's a square, it's the black, and you have the round with the feathers, which is natural. I mean, you pick these things, I don't know, either by instinct or you do it as profession. Whatever you do is great. It looks beautiful, ties the whole room together. Very nice. So maybe we can go to the next room you picked. Let's see what you did there. All right, now we are in this cute space you created.
So this is pretty much, I wanted to add an extra room to the room over there. I wanted to bring more seating area, fill up more of the space. When I walked into Santa Barbara Design Center, I fell in love with this piece right here, and I know I wanted it in the room. I just didn't know where to throw it, and I knew by adding additional seating to the space, I could bring it in here. I also added these 2 little chairs. They're really classical, and I think they do go together with the entire room. It just puts everything together. And then, of course, you have like your throw pillows that go with the rest of the throw pillows.
Yeah, you did actually very good in here. Again, it's just a small little space, but at least 3-4 people can sit in it again.
Yes.
And as you said, it's more intimate and more like, this is after a few drinks you sit here. So you just, Anyway, it's beautiful, very nice. And I think your vignette came out very nice. We didn't talk about the chandelier actually, which is in the other room.
I just fell in love with the design of the chandelier. It brought the whole room together. I think that's what made the entire room.
It's very eclectic, very nice, beautiful. Thank you very much, Edgar.
Thank you.
So I have a few questions from you. Sit down and go from there.
Thank you.
All right, Edgar. So you're in this beautiful design program at Santa Barbara City College. Explain to our viewers a little bit about how did you get to this program and how far you're into it and how long you have to study more?
So I actually am on my second year, and the way I found out about Santa Barbara City College with the design program, I was doing psychology at first. I was doing psychology. It's something that it didn't come naturally for me. Then I started looking into different areas of design. I was a really artistic person, and that's how I found out about the program at Santa Barbara, and I decided to give it a shot.
And you like it?
I like it. I love it. I love it.
It's working beautiful. So my other question is how you see yourself going forward, and what is your dreams, and what do you see this design program helping you?
Well, it did help me a lot thanks to the program. We had to take our general classes, and I took an architecture class. It's a drafting class. It opened my eyes. I fell in love with architecture. Now I'm doing both programs and doing drafting and design and interior design. Hopefully it helps me in the future to have both.
And is that what you want to do? You want to become interior designer, or you want to become more like an architectural?
I mean, if I can do both, that'll be great. But interior design is my thing.
Interior design is your thing, actually, obviously.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, wonderful. Thank you very much. It's nice having you on the program.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with our next student. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. This week on Design FYI, we're going to talk about sofas and the unknown mistakes people make. Did you know average American spends 46 minutes a day in a car, but they spend 5 hours and 4 minutes on average on a sofa? So why would you go out there and spend tens of thousands of dollars for something to use for 46 minutes and then go ahead and buy something cheap that you sit on it for 5 hours and 4 minutes? At Santa Barbara Design Center, we create you a custom sofa that is made for you specifically and to your shape and size and comfort and your family. So when you're sitting and watching TV or talking and conversing with your friends, you're sitting on actually something that represents you. Your car represents you. Why shouldn't your sofa? Thank you for joining us on Design FYI this week, and please come see me at Santa Barbara Design Center, 4th and Olive, and let me help you find the right sofa for you and your family. Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. Today we are continuing our design showcase from Santa Barbara City College design students, and we have Cindy today, and she put a beautiful vignette together, and would please explain to our viewers what you have done.
Well, I wanted a space that was very comfortable, very casual, and I wanted it to be kind of bohemian with a little bit of eclectic and a little bit of rustic involved. I like textures, so I incorporated that, and this is kind of what I came up with.
Very homey.
Very homey, but also comfortable, somewhere you could just relax with a book, you could watch TV, you could do all kinds of things.
I already feel good standing on this rug. Tell us about how you started with the rug, and I always recommend everybody, as I know your professor has, so you start from the ground up, but what is the inspiration here?
Well, I didn't actually start with the rug. I actually...
Oh, you didn't? Okay, you cheated the system, all right.
I started with the couch and I started with the chair, and I thought that, like I said, those were kind of comfortable, kind of rustic, kind of bohemian, and then from there I went and I found the rug. And I liked this rug because it had a lot of the brown tones. It had some tealy green in it that made it pop, and it was just warm colors. And so from the couch and the chair and the rug, I ended up going to this chest that I found, and I liked it because it was very different. The finish was different. It was kind of bohemian. It had a lot of color. It had a lot of pop to it. It went with the rug.
It's almost identical color that is in the rug,
yeah,
actually.
There was a lot of things that kind of pulled and kind of went together. And so...
And what is the Skin.
You know, it's funny. When I was looking at what I had laid out at that point, it just was missing something. It needed a little bit of a pop. And it was actually your suggestion to bring in another rug. And
hey, I'm a rugaholic,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but it
whatever
worked.
ends it says,
worked,
get a rug.
with the rustic kind of bohemian look, the fur just kind of did it. I had already chosen that throw, and so it just kind of pulled it together. The white kind of made everything pop. It just worked. It
looks beautiful, actually.
It gave it a little bit of texture, gave it, you know, a different feel to the room.
And I see you picked leather. Why would you pick leather?
It just seemed something that was comfortable, and like I said, it kind of went with that rustic feel, that kind of bohemian look, and I was kind of going for browns and kind of monotones with a little bit of the teal kind of as a pop. And so between the leather couches, the different wood tables, the different screen that I did, and you know, all the little accessories and stuff, I just pulled in different tones of browns and different textures and kind of pulled it all together.
So what actually I have seen a little bit different about you than most the other students we have had on our show is everybody picks symmetrical things. If they pick a chair, they pick two. Like if they pick a side table, they pick two. Like an ottoman, they pick. You are actually a little bit asymmetric and works well. So how did you come just one chair or maybe one ottoman?
The ottoman, it was, you know, I thought about doing two, but in the space it just didn't work. One just was enough.
Okay.
So
I thought it's symmetrical, or is it some sort of mystery to it?
I like to do different shapes. You know, I've got the square, I've got the square, I've got the rounds. So there's lots of different shapes in the space, which I feel like it's kind of good to draw on that. And that's kind of where I went.
And you picked the mirror and the chandelier.
Yeah. The mirror, I just thought it had a lot of the rustic look to it. It had a lot of the colors that I was trying to incorporate into the space. The chandelier I liked because it just said bohemian to me, you know. And again, it had those brown tones, but it also had a little bit of white to pick up the rug. And yeah.
It looks very nice, beautiful.
So yeah.
All right, and you picked some accessories for the cabinet. If you
I
can
did.
elaborate on that a little bit, would be great.
I was just trying to pull the space together. So I incorporated, like I said, eclectic type things, different types, like, you know, the little ballerina and the different glass and frames that had the teal color but also had some brown in it, and just kind of tied everything together. And that's what I did with the different accessories.
Beautiful. You did a wonderful job. It's very cool. Appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe we can sit down and ask you a few questions.
Okay.
So Cindy, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Would like to know how you become to study interior design and what inspired you to become a designer?
It's a good question. So I have a daughter that is an interior designer. That's what her degree is in. And a couple of years ago, she decided that she wanted to start her own business. And I've been a graphic designer for over 20 years, and I was just kind of getting to the point where I needed a little something different. And I thought, you know what? I could do this with you. I could help you out. So she told me if I wanted to help her, I needed to go back to school and take an interior design class to see if I even liked it. So I took the intro class at City College, and I decided I really did like it. And I decided if I was going to do it, I was going to just go for the certificate. And that's kind of how I started. I've been in the program now. This is my third year because I am still working, so I can only take a couple classes a semester. But I find that I like it. I have background in math, and I find the CAD and the computer is I love it because it's just that technical end, but I also like the creative end, which I get with the interior design, and it kind of is the best of both worlds for me.
That's wonderful. So based on that answer, how do you like the program at the Santa Barbara City College? I mean, it's a wonderful college, we all know,
it's
but
beautiful,
what would you recommend and how do you like it?
I mean, it's a great program. I've found I've had a wide variety of classes. I do like the interior design classes, and I felt like I've learned a lot. The instructors are wonderful, Armando, Diana, Laura, who retired. So there's a wide variety and different types of instructors that we've had. And now that like Laura is gone, it's interesting because they're bringing instructors in that are specific to that field. You know, last year I had an architect as one of my teachers, and she specifically did the kitchen and bath design class. So it's a great program. There's a lot to choose from. It's a beautiful school. You can't go wrong there. And yeah, I would recommend it to anyone that is interested in the field, because Santa Barbara's a great place. It's got a lot of, you know, interior designers and a lot of design resources, and the school is a great place to go for that.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that as well. I mean, I love Santa Barbara City College, and the instructors are amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are.
Professors are great, and the whole campus, we're very lucky having them here.
Yes.
So my last question on you would be, what are your hopes going forward? What kind of clients you're hoping to have, and is that going to be your job, interior designer, or are you still going to continue your graphic design work?
I'll probably end up doing a little bit of both. I'll probably help my daughter with her business, different kinds of probably residential type clients. I'm in the process of looking to remodel my house, do a full remodel. So that's kind of, I figure if I can do that project, I can help anyone.
It's the hardest thing to do your own project if you don't know. A lot of interior designers get stuck in their own home. It's easy to make decisions for other people. When it comes to their own, they go like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Yeah,
but yes,
definitely.
Well, good luck on that.
Thank
All
you.
the best. Thank you for being on our show. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. Today on Design FYI, we're going to talk about what not to buy when you're going shopping for rugs. Most big outlets or national chains, they sell nowadays hand-tufted rugs. This sounds like it's hand knotted, it's done by hand, but actually they are not. It's called hand-tufted, and it's actually a gun that rolls the wool around the warp, and they are not good rugs at all. So this is a sample we're having here for you to see. Anything that has a backing like this, flip your rugs over at home, see if it has a backing, is absolutely not good. So what it does is it hides what they did below this thing, which is a latex glue, which actually is toxin. And if you have got any rugs over the net, I hate to say it, over the net, because it's easy to sell and they're inexpensive, you buy these things over the internet. So when it comes to your house, they smell. Have you noticed that? They smell more like a gasoline or more like a diesel, because they don't let the latex cure. And the latex that glues this wool to this backing smells a lot. On top of that, they shed quite a lot. The wool is cheap because they need to be inexpensive, and they shed. I would not recommend you to get anything, again, that has a backing and is glued, because it comes apart very easily. It is temporary. It is not a green product because they wear very quickly, end up in the fill, and just basically as a landfill junk we are adding to our planet. The things I would recommend you to get, unlike these things that have backing, is the rugs that they have nuts to them. So as what to buy, I highly recommend you to get some rugs that they are hand knotted. And how you can see, flip it to the back, and you can see the knots are done individually, and each one is slightly different than the next one because they're done by hand, and the intensity of the wool and the pull they have, the weaver, makes them look different. Also, the sides are done by hand. That you can see very easily. If you want to buy a real rug, please come to Santa Barbara Design Center, and I can gladly help you. Thank you for joining us on Design FYI, Santa Barbara Design Center, Fort and Olive. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. Today we have Professor Diana Acosta. She's the Professor of Interior Design in Santa Barbara City College. And thank you for having these wonderful students and teaching them so well. So we are at Edgar's vignette. Can you maybe tell us about what he did and what do you think?
Absolutely. I think he did a fabulous job. He wanted to do something eclectic. He wanted to bring together different shapes, different materials. It's very clear that he had fun with it. everything is so playful. The way he combined the black and the white, the straight lines and the curved lines, and the different materials. He just had fun with everything. And also, just like typically, you know, he does more than he's asked for. And he created a second space, so he actually created 2 rooms.
He did a wonderful job, yeah. And let's go see the little vignette. Right?
Absolutely.
All right, so this is the bonus room he created. So
he always wants to exceed expectations.
Nice.
I had him as a student, and everything that he did in my class was exceeding expectations. He wants to go beyond what it's being asked. And I think that this room is also very successful, even though it's somewhat separate, and if you're sitting here, you're turning your back on the other room, it still goes together. So obviously this is a very intimate space, and you had to use smaller elements. He picked up the same table like in the other room, but of course, you know, at a different scale.
And he picked this bench that he said he loves, and I go like, looked at his vignette, so that probably is not going to work. But sure enough, it does work very nicely.
It does work. It does work. The way he combined everything, it just does work.
Wonderful. So thank you very much. Thank you and Edgar. It's beautiful. So maybe we go next to Cindy's space.
Absolutely.
So Diana, now we are in the Cindy's space. She did a wonderful vignette. Again, she wanted to make it cozy and bohemian, and I think she did a good job. But let's see your perspective about it.
I think she did an amazing job as well. I think Cindy's space is all about materiality. You get in here and you just want to touch everything. So she combined, you know, the leather, the fur, the metal, the wood. Everything is about materiality. And I really like how she overlaid this fur rug over the other rug, and she made the whole place pop. She used fur in the rug, she used it in a throw, she used it on the chair. Even the painting in the back, it has a furry quality. So she really was able to bring everything from the ground all the way to the top, and you know, with the different elements. It is a very, very comfortable space, and it is bohemian. It really is bohemian. I just want to stay in this space.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now let's bring the students in and have the closing. I would like to thank you both for being on our show. Cindy, thank you for providing this beautiful vignette. And Edgar, you knocked the ball out of the ballpark. Thank you very much. I would like to thank Professor Diana Costia and her wonderful students from Santa Barbara City College. Next week, we will be back showcasing 2 more vignettes. Stay tuned after the break. I will be sitting down with Diana to ask her a few questions. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. On this edition of Michael's Minute, I would like to talk to you about mid-century modern furniture. Mid-century modern is described as the period between 1933 and 1965, in which designers such as Eames and Nakashima used clean lines and futuristic materials to propel design into a post-war era. At Santa Barbara Design Center, you can see and feel a variety of mid-century inspired furniture, including our signature leather chairs and recliners with classical wood frames. Accent them with side tables, daybeds, ottomans for a slick, artistic look. Customize these pieces to fit your home perfectly. To bring mid-century modern style to your home, please visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. Welcome back. We are here with Santa Barbara City College Interior Design Professor Diana Costia. I have some questions for her. Diana.
Shoot.
Shoot it. Here we go. What are some of the first things you teach a student entering the program?
One of the first things is, especially my class is the first class that I take, which is a survey in interior design, and basically telling the students what the profession is all about. The difference between an interior designer, an interior decorator, an architect, an interior architect, and what are the implications of choosing one aspect of the profession versus another.
It's actually a very wonderful thing you do, because a lot of people have this idea of this job being just glamorous. You deal with just billionaires that they have unlimited funds, and this is not. It's 5% glamorous and 95% work.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
it's good that you give the right perspective.
And also there are some misconceptions. Most people think interior designer is interior decorator, and it's really not. You do have to have a lot of knowledge about architecture and working with architects and collaborating with all the other consultants that are involved.
How many classes are offered in the interior design program at SBCC?
So to obtain the certificate, you need to complete 40 units, approximately 40 units. And so that correlates with about 13 classes. Now, some of the classes overlap with the certificate in drafting. So you have about 6 classes that could be used also for interior design and also for the drafting certificate. So I would say 6 classes in interior design, strictly interior design.
Beautiful. That's actually a long program and comprehensive. What is your hope for students once they have completed the program?
Well, of course, when you complete the program, the culmination of finishing school would be to get a job. So I am doing my best to connect students with possible job opportunities. If I hear about job opportunities, of course, I always have the students in mind, and that is the ideal outcome, to land a job when you finish the program.
Beautiful. How can the students learn more about SBCC interior design?
They can go on the website www.sbcc.edu and just search in the interior design section of the classes, and all the classes are lined up.
Beautiful. Once again, I would like to thank Diana, her students, and the interior design program at Santa Barbara City College for taking time to share their artistic visions using items from Santa Barbara Design Center. Please join us next week as we welcome 2 more students.